Now, as far as your guests are concerned, who catches your eye? Like, what are some of the criteria you look for before you bring somebody on your platform?
As far as the people that we would like on our platform, it's just someone who's going to speak honestly, be open, and just be willing to just talk about how they feel about whatever they hear, to be able to express themselves. Just someone who's able to really, join in the conversation. I mean, and that's really it. I mean, obviously, if you're going to come in and be disrespectful, we have to kick you out. I ain't going to deal with it. Definitely the boss lady ain't going to deal with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But everybody that we've had so far, I mean, they really kind of enjoy the format. It's kind of a departure from just being interviewed. It's like, okay, we do interview you, but now you kind of get to do the show with us and really give your opinion on whatever we talk about.
Okay. Now, speaking of Madam Boss Lady, why did you tap her to do this show with you? Why was she qualified to join you on this endeavor?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. The boss lady is qualified to do everything. That's why we call her the boss lady. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's, tapped into a lot of things. I was in a scenario with this podcast to where both of my co-hosts had left towards the end of 2023 due to their own personal reasons.
Okay.
And so there was a little bit of a break between, episodes. I honestly was just going to use this as a platform to get on here and just talk stuff about anything, whatever I wanted to do, just every once in a while. But then the boss lady, very interested in, just really doing different things. We're just like, hey, let me come on your show and just, try this out for a little bit. Came on, like, the first episodes toward the end of September of 2024. Killed it, as always. Personality, not afraid to say, what she believes and how she feels. And it really was just a perfect match. I mean, we just started doing multiple episodes, and then we're just like, hey, I mean, she wanted to come in and do the show, but really, I was low key like, man, I really hope she stays on, because, man, this really works. This dynamic between her and I.
Okay. And, definitely she brings balance, because we need that other side, that other opinion,
Yeah.
Now, what are some of the, if any, issues y'all run into dealing with guests, or maybe acquiring guests? I don't know. What are some of the issues you deal with? To keep it that simple.
All right. Well, yeah. I probably know a little bit more about that, because people are reaching out to me really to come on the show, and most everybody has been really good. I have had some issues of people, trying to bully their way onto the show, and it's kind of like, I don't really play that. My block game is as crucial.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My cutoff game is elite. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I ain't really worried about all that. I really don't give that any, energy. But for the most part, it's just really been people who have watched the show. They've watched the clips. They kind of get an idea of what it is. And they really just like, hey, can I come on and chop it up with y'all? You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to give my opinion too, and I love it. It's like, as long as you, like I said earlier, able to speak your mind, don't be too belligerent. Like, you can go crazy, you can be petty, because I'm petty on the show. But we just want to be able to know how you feel about things, how you're able to do whatever the scenario is. What would you do? You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay. Where is the podcast going to be in 3 years?
That's a very good question. Things are really taking off. I actually envision that this podcast is going to be one of the top podcasts in the city. I envision us being kind of a go-to for anyone that either wants to be seen in the city of Indianapolis, or anyone that really has something that they want to say. They can come on the Wolves of Naptown and say that. Hopefully, a couple M's in our bank account.
That's always good.
A few M's on our bank account, but really I just hope that in the 3 years that this will be a staple in the city of Naptown, where people can come, give their opinions, and if not give their opinions, join in online on YouTube, Spotify, or whatever, and join in the conversation.
Okay. Are you, would you ever touch any controversial subjects?
We have. We definitely have.
Can I have an example of a controversial topic?
Oh man. So we've talked about Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? I know we've given opinions on both sides of the coin when it comes to Trump. We talk about racism a lot.
Okay.
You know, yeah, racism on all accounts. We talk about prejudice, a lot. It's not only that for those that are watching this interview. I mean, we really talk about anything, but I mean, man, I don't know how specific I can get. I mean, we had one show, I think I was editing, where we were talking about other countries across the world, like getting black men to come to their country and help mix with their women, you know what I mean, to give kids melanin in their skin to protect from the sun, I mean, we talk about that type of stuff, I mean, interracial dating, we get real petty about that,
Okay.
I mean, literally, as long as it's respectful, as long as nobody's really just being attacked, you're free to really talk about whatever, as long as you can express yourself.